Hi, this is Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. So I wanted to tell you another little story about what happens to me when I eat out. My normal diet at home is very low in salt and very low in a lot of things that they might put in restaurant food. And it's always interesting to me how when I do eat out, I take my blood pressure every morning. And when I do eat out, my blood pressure is normally up the next day after I've eaten out by as much as 10 or more points. And I just find that real interesting that they're probably using a lot more salt in the food. And I've also noticed that at the nursing home where my mother is currently living, they know they have people with high blood pressure. They know they have diabetics, and yet there's a lot of sugar in the food, there's a lot of starchy things like spaghetti and so forth in the food, and there's a lot of salt in the food. Since I'm mostly a salad eater and I don't really need the salt to make it palatable, I go there and if I eat their food, it's like, whoa. I don't know if you've ever had that experience of going to a Chinese restaurant and ordering the egg drop soup and practically having it knock your socks out because it's got so much salt in it. So anyway, it seems to me that a good way for people to get their blood pressure down, those of us who are a little older, a lot of times we have these issues where our blood pressure is starting to rise and the doctor wants to put you on meds. And I think it's better to adjust how I eat than it is to go on meds. So I'm just warning you that processed food, the stuff that comes in the packages and the boxes and the cans and stuff, has got a lot of salt in it. I've noticed that even on the black beans that I buy, that the only other ingredient in the can of black beans other than the beans themselves is salt, because they've got to make that processed food taste good. And a lot of times the way they have to do that is put salt in it. If you made those same things at home, you probably wouldn't put as much salt in it as they do in the pre-prepared food. So I'm just saying that if you want to experiment with seeing what the effect is on your blood pressure, stop eating out at restaurants or eat there very seldom, and stop eating all the processed food. And you might find that your blood pressure goes back down into the normal range. Also, speaking about blood pressure, I teach a meditation class, and some of the students there are getting fairly proficient at being able to meditate at least a little bit, at least for short periods of time. And I've told them that meditation can have a profound effect on your blood pressure. And so a couple of them, in fact, I think about 3 of them, have reported back that when they went to their doctor's office and the doctor said, oh, your blood pressure is too high, they've said, wait a minute, give me 5 minutes and check it again. And they've gone into a meditative state and they've brought their blood pressure down, and then the doctor rechecks it and said, oh, no, I guess you're okay. So that's one of the profound effects that our ability to control our internal body processes through techniques like meditation or through eating food that isn't heavily laced with sodium and God knows what else is causing your blood pressure to go up. So I just wanted to talk about blood pressure today and how it's affected by negatively and positively by things that we're doing. So that's all for today. This is Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. I want you to get well and stay well.